Right, everyone, we're going to at a Holy Grail game that my buddy picked up. Ferrari F355 Challenge, the 3-screen cabinet version. Take it away.
Yeah, this is an environmental. I mean, it's got a roof, it's got a surround. Of course, it's neat, translucent plastic so you can kind of watch somebody play. And this thing it's heavy. I mean, it's real heavy. When you sit in this thing, it doesn't move around. I mean, you feel like you're planted in a vehicle. We'll show you some interior shots later. It's really just a beautiful, beautiful cabinet. These are quite hard to find out on the market. The reason being, they make money. You stick this, I mean, this does not look dated. I mean, you put this cabinet anywhere, premium, and it's going to make money, you know. So much so, one thing I'll say about some arcade operators, they won't fix broken games if people are still putting quarters in, because why spend the money? Why fix that sound if people still put money in? That's terrible, but it's what happens. So these, I found them on location many places, half working if many of the functions not working, and people still dump money in it because it's so attractive, you know. One of the worst I ever saw was in Vegas. They had two of these side by side, not networked, which was like, oh, why would you do that, you know? But yeah, I remember when this game first came out, I played it at a Dave & Buster's, and they had like 6 of them networked.
Oh.
And it's like, this is the coolest thing ever, you know? So, being the enthusiast that I am for the brand, I had to have this thing, you know? So I found one. I want to give a shout out to Mike Dodonna of Automated Vending, Automated Amusements. I forget Mike, sorry, I forget the name of his company. He is up in Connecticut, past New York City. And I called him up. I said, hey man, so you've got a couple of these listed and all. What do you want? Let's make a deal, right? And I told him what I was after. I said, I want, you know, basically to go through the group of them and pick all the best parts to build a really nice one. And various things happen, like these plastics get broken a lot. The artwork you cannot find, so, you know, I was able to get, like, you know, the piece here that's often missing, you know. So I went through his and pieced together a complete one, you know, board sets, all that. I made sure everything worked before I left, because finding parts for this game is almost as hard as finding the game. So I got this thing, I went up there, and it was funny enough, I drove up my Turbo Baja, this Subaru Baja, it's got all these engine mods and everything, and I'm sitting at a light with a trailer next to one of those new 5-liter Mustangs. I'm like, yeah, and I skunked him, and he was like, he pulls up the light, he's like, he was like, you know, wow, you know, just never seen a truck take off like that. So I had a great drive up there, and went through, spent the morning picking out what I wanted, and then loaded it all into the trailer and drove it back all the way down here near DC. And I don't have, my basement doesn't have like a walk-in, what do you call it, double doors?
No.
So I actually disassembled this down to, I mean, a lot of it was, you know, because I was going to restore it anyway. So like, you know, this came off, you know, got buffed and polished and carried downstairs. I went through, recapped all the monitors, carried them down one at a time. But it eventually came down to those giant pieces that had to be brought down. So it's all down, you know, in the barcade here. And it is a little bit of history on it. The fellow who designed it, I am spacing on his name right now, but he also did a lot of other racers. And he was also a Ferrari enthusiast. He owned a 355 at the time. And so the sound is mic'd up from a 355. The dynamics are exactly as a real 355 is. So, you know, having the 355 myself, there is nothing cooler than, you know, taking the car for a drive, then coming into the garage, go down the basement, fire this up, and do a direct comparison. And it is as close as you can get to the real thing. This one, I've got quite a few mods in it. I went through, I put in like actual car carpet, a Ferrari 360 seat. The lights were all fluorescent tubes, and I replaced all that with LEDs except for the top one because the LEDs created hot spots in the plastic. You know, like bright spots that just didn't look right. But everything else is all LED. The sound system, I put in a much bigger sub. Has a beautiful sound system in it, just amazing. Put in a much bigger sub, much better speakers, and that really helped out with the experience. I know I've done a couple of things. Oh yes, the one thing I wanted to talk about, the unobtainium in this thing is the Japanese version, not the US version, had a printer, okay? And I have installed this and hooked it up, but there's precious little paper left, so I don't normally leave this on. When you get done, it prints out a track performance report, and you know, your lap times and all that. It is just so cool to have, you know. But
that's awesome, man.
It does have, as you're going to see here in a minute, it's got the stick shift, the paddle shift, and automatic mode if you're so inclined. I'm not. But it is an amazing game. As Willie said, it's one of the holy grails for me. It's one of the games I just had to have, and never disappoints driving this.
Ferrari F355 Challenge.
Now, I was telling Willie earlier, and I wanted to, definitely capture this for the viewers. This intro sequence here is absolutely beautiful, and it is exactly how the square outside the factory looks. This the Bar Cavallino right there, you go up there, that's some more Ferrari factory down the road. This is the gate. I mean, and if you stand there to take a picture, the guy will come out and tell you to go away. But just an amazing experience. I pretended I didn't speak a word of Italian. Like, he came out to tell me to go away as I was getting a picture. I'm like, oh, hi, how you doing? How you doing? Yeah, oh, you want me to stand over here? Is it better lighting? I just played. But I got the picture. So, but yeah, this is based on the race series of 355s versus 355s. So we're gonna start her up here. We'll go with Suzuka. Now, the skill levels don't mean much. Like, novice is automatic, intermediate is paddle shift, and simulator stick shift. There's nothing intermediate about paddles. It's just kind of silly how they do it, but they do it. I'm going to turn on training so you can see some of the assistance it gives you. And it'll help you develop your lines to the corners and all that. I like Suzuka, it's a good course.
Training start.
Love that.
Right turn. Step on brake. Good timing. Step on brake. Good timing.
Like when the steering wheel vibrates when you go over the chicanes. Some of the gears you really need to hang in the gear longer than it wants you to.
Step on brake, fourth gear. Good timing. Step on brake, third gear. Good timing.
I don't always agree with their advertised lines and gears, but for the most part, it's good guidance.
Step on brake. Keep on braking until the braking mark ends.
Yeah, right.
Left turn. Slow down. Time up. Game over.
Make it.
You know what screws me up on this game? Is in the real car, neutral is both paddles bad.
Yeah.
And sometimes I like go to neutral and you can't go to neutral because there's no neutral.
I'm gonna do automatic. No, I'll do intermediate.
Listen, right up, left down.
Your selection.
Training start. Right curve. Step on brake. Good timing. Step on brake. Good timing. Escalate. Slow down. Left curve. Slow down. Time extension. Step on brake. Third gear. Good timing. Left curve.
This has got to be one of the most coolest environmental driving games I have ever played. This thing is a lot of fun. It would be cool to see a couple of these side by side network together where you can play a friend. If you get a chance to play this game, if you see it in the arcade or at a Dave & Buster's, I highly recommend giving it a try. It is actually a lot of fun. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.